Welcome to the Charcoal Barbecue Kitchen. Today we're going to be smoking up some baby back ribs. Here we are igniting the grill. It takes about 30 seconds for the heat gun to get the fire going. You can see that in my other video about how to start a charcoal fire. Today we're going to use cherry wood and Bourbon barrel smoking chunks. We're going to soak them in water. And here's my cheap baby back ribs. They were $1.99 a pound. I don't think I've ever seen them that cheap recently. The wood chunks will soak for about half an hour while I get the ribs ready. First step is to remove the membrane from the back of each rib rack. It's a little bit of work. You got to use a butter knife to get it started, and then use a little bit of force. Sometimes you've got to use a paper towel or something to get a grip on it because the wet fingers cannot grab it. It's nicer when it comes off in one nice piece, but sometimes it takes several pieces for it to get cleaned up there. Next thing I've done is I've rubbed it down with some mustard, just some wet mustard. I did that on both sides, and that'll act as a binder for my rub that I use on my ribs and my pulled pork and my turkey breast. There's the rub that I've applied to both sides. Recipe will be below in the information section. I like it because there's no garlic or onion. There's far too much garlic and onion used. The smoker is up to temp. It's maybe even a little bit over temperature, but once we add the cold meat and the smoking chips, it'll come down to about 250 degrees. Here I've added the chips, or the chunks rather, and then I set up a little bit of tin foil under the rib racks because I'll remove that later so that the fat isn't dripping into the fire. Here we can see the temperatures close to 250 degrees in the Big Green Egg. Minimal vent settings. Very, very stable now for the next 4 or 5 hours, or however long it takes to cook this. Holding steady at 250 degrees now. Probably about 30 minutes in. I'm spraying it down with a mixture of peach juice and water, about 50-50. This is about 2 hours in. I think I've changed the tin foil as well. Now the racks are done at 3.5 hours. I was quite surprised, usually 4 hours. You can see the meat is biting off cleanly. Just delicious. Now I've used a sauce as well. It's a molasses barbecue sauce that I've glazed it down with. I'll put the recipe below as well. You can see how delicious these are. They were gone in about 10 minutes with the whole family eating those up very quickly. So simple to do, folks.